Right now, in your mind, revisit the last time you were misunderstood. You felt that frantic itch in your throat. You started explaining. You gave reasons. You cited history. You bared your soul to clear the air. You thought you were building a bridge. You were actually digging a grave. The moment you begin to explain yourself to someone who hasn't earned your vulnerability, you aren't providing clarity. You are providing a confession. You are signaling to the other person's lizard brain that they are the judge and you are the defendant. Respect is not a reward for being understood. Respect is a byproduct of being a mystery that cannot be bought with words. Every word of explanation is a drop of power leaking from your reservoir. Welcome to the respect paradox. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. It really helps support the channel. Today, we are killing the urge to be validated. We are moving toward linguistic sovereignty. I am going to show you exactly why your honesty is being interpreted as weakness. We will explore the mechanics of perceived status asymmetry and the over-explanation trap. By the end of this 50-minute deep dive, you will have the static defense protocol. You will learn how to hold your ground with silence, how to make your no an unbreakable wall, and how to force the world to interpret you through your actions rather than your excuses. You will learn that the most respected people in the room are often the ones who say the least, yet mean the most. If you have ever felt smaller after trying to defend your choices, today you learn how to stand tall in the silence. The defendant's exhaustion. Look at your relationships. Your boss asks why a project is late, and you give a 5-minute monologue about your car, your cat, and your internet. Your partner questions a choice, and you write a 10-paragraph text. You think you are being thorough. They think you are being guilty. You are exhausted because you are living your life as a permanent defendant in a court where you never even committed a crime. You feel like if you could just find the right words, the other person would finally see your value. But words are cheap, and when you oversupply them, you crash your own market. The weight in your chest is the shame of realizing that your explanations are actually a plea. You are begging them to agree with your existence, and the more you beg, the more they find you beneath them. Status asymmetry. Why does explanation kill respect? Because of status signaling. In any interaction, the person who explains less holds the higher ground. When you explain, you are subconsciously asking for permission. You are saying, I have done X. Please tell me it's okay. This triggers the predatory instinct in others. Even good people will subconsciously lose respect for someone who constantly justifies their space. Psychologically, this is the confession effect. The human brain is wired to associate a high volume of words with a lack of certainty. If you were certain, you wouldn't need to sell the idea. Machiavelli noted that a prince who explains his decrees invites rebellion. A prince who simply acts invites awe. By providing a why, you provide a target for someone to argue with. If you provide no why, they have nothing to attack but the reality of your decision. The silent general. There is a story of a legendary commander whose fleet was late to a critical battle. When he finally arrived at the capital, the council was ready to strip him of his rank. They demanded an explanation. They shouted, they accused him of cowardice. The general walked to the center of the hall. He stood there for 60 seconds of pure, agonizing silence. He didn't mention the storm. He didn't mention the broken masts. He didn't mention the scurvy. He looked the head of the council in the eye and said,
The enemy is defeated. The border is secure. Do you have a question about the results, or only the timing? The council fell silent. If he had explained the storm, they would have argued that he should have predicted it. By only presenting the result, he forced them to respect the outcome. He didn't defend his process. He owned his reality. The static defense protocol. To fix the paradox, you must adopt the architecture of the unsaid. Protocol 1. The period rule. When someone asks a why question that feels like an accusation, give a one-sentence answer. Then stop. Do not add because, and, or so. Let the silence sit like a heavy stone in the room. Protocol 2. The action first reveal. Never tell people what you are going to do. Just do it. Explanation is the ghost of an action. The action itself is the ghost of an explanation. Protocol 3. Question the premise. If someone demands an explanation for a personal boundary, don't answer the question. Ask, why is this information important to you? This flips the defendant status back onto them. Protocol 4. The I've noted your concern anchor. When met with criticism, do not defend. Say, I hear your perspective. That's it. You aren't agreeing, and you aren't explaining. You are merely acknowledging their insistence without surrendering your own. Protocol 5. Embrace the misinterpretation. Accept that some people will think you are cold or arrogant. This is the price of respect. It is better to be respected and feared than to be understood and ignored. Emotional reinforcement. There is a terrifying freedom in being the villain in someone else's story, because you refuse to explain yourself. When you stop explaining, you stop leaking energy. You start to feel your own weight. You realize that you don't need the world to get you. You only need to get yourself. Respect isn't something you catch by chasing it. It's something that grows in the space where your words used to be. You are a mystery. You are a closed book. You are a sovereign entity. And the moment you realize that no is a complete sentence, you have already won. The respect paradox is the first gate to power. But once you master silence, once you stop explaining your moves, you will notice a new problem. People will start to fill your silence with their own fantasies. They will project their own power onto you. And that is when the real game begins. Because once they think they know what you are thinking, you can use their own imagination to move them like pieces on a board. Are you ready to learn how to weaponize the silence you've just created? Subscribe. The next level of the blueprint is being drawn. But for now, remember, your value decreases with every unnecessary word. Stay silent. Stay mysterious. Stay respected. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to like it. And if you want to explore more of these quiet, deeper ideas, subscribe to the channel. There's more coming.